he was going to be one of 2 closers. And I was told that, it's a great find. I just didn't know how true it was. I could have known that was a rumor, or, it could have been a rumor, it could have been true, it could have been this, could have been that, whatever. It could have been this, like, as in, could have been a lie, could have been fake news, that's what I mean. So so then they ended up firing him on Friday. And then he said that he ended up putting his 2 weeks in at the gas station. So I'm probably about in the middle of, or like in between, like right in the middle of Monroe and my store. Or at least probably, at least relatively close to being in the middle of the 2 stores, between the 2 stores. Exactly right, like right in the center of the 2, between the 2. And he worked, so where we're looking, the Monroe store is north, well, it's technically west, but north, like northwest of where we're looking. We're heading west, but I'm just using northwest of how we're traveling just to help make it. So it's kind of like southwest of where we are. How about that? That sounds a little bit better. And then he worked at the True North that Monroe is connected to. He was the GM there, then he worked at Monroe with his wife. Then he transferred out to Pierre and then quit. And then Tony brought him back. And then turkeys are here already. I'm really itching to get some more paracord, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not going down to must be cleaning hydrants again. Oh, I ended up finding some bolts up at when I was at Dan's too, so I kept those, you know, because I think they're gonna be the same thread as some shit that I can use for like bikes if I need to. So, you know, because I thought about doing a flip bike series, like how Burn Peak has. Yeah, they're flushing. Hydrants. This kind of feels cool. It's crazy in how fast they flood out a road with a hydrant. You know, it doesn't. I don't think he's been running that hydrant that long. And I'm going back home. I'm gonna go eat. You know, like I said, I kind of want to get some more paracord, but I'm not going to Dollar General today, so because I know they got paracord right now and whatever. Fucking turn, I'm not at the corner yet. Right, so now I'm gonna hammer right. Yeah, the air's getting a little weird again. I might as well go back. I think that's what caused me getting a headache yesterday, was the air. You know, but I want to get out as much as I can because I think it's going to get hotter and fuck again this weekend, so. I mean, the air isn't that bad, but I don't want nothing happening again, so. I think maybe this weekend I'm gonna pull the pedals off or whatever and pull the caps out of the ends and try greasing those, because I greased the bottom bracket already. I didn't pop the bearings out or nothing. I just popped the outer seals out. Now that I'm starting to think that it's pedals, or that it's not the bottom bracket, I'm starting to think it's pedals. because I was having the same issue with the Hoffman. You know, creaking, bottom bracket was good. You know, because I was eliminating at least like I think it was like 99% of the, you know, spots that would creak. I did, except for like I think 2 or no, 1. And that was where the pedals screwed into the crank arms. You know, I redid the whole bottom bracket. I packed that, you know, both bearings. You know, I packed both bearings for the bottom bracket. I greased part of the bearings where the spindle slid through. Greased the spindle, you know, the splines on the spindle on both sides. Ended up greasing the pedals, and that was the case. You know, it was the pedals that was creaking. Saw your truck. Fucking hate looking at that ugly piece of shit.